I don't want to sugarcoat this, and I don't want to make any false promises. The Palisades is a complete disaster zone.
The crazy thing for us is that both of us just bought homes there.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I know it's been a very long time since I last made a video, but I wanted to make this video in particular, and I wasn't planning to do it. But as I was watching Colin and Samir's video yesterday, I couldn't help but feel the weight of their loss, the pain and suffering that they were going through. Their expression said it all. We're talking about the instant loss of their lives that they were building. Seeing their struggles made me reflect deeply. And I feel that there were two particular ayahs in the Quran that completely described what they were going through. And I wanted to share that with them. But before that, I want to address the Muslim community, because I feel that there is a huge misunderstanding here, especially with the comparison between what was happening in LA with the most recent fires, as well as what was happening to our brothers and sisters in Palestine and Gaza in particular. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, لا ينهاكم الله عن الذين لم يقاتلوكم في الدين ولم يخرجوكم من دياركم أن تبروهم وتقسطوا إليهم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not forbid you from being kind and just to those who have not fought you because of your religion or driven you from your homes. Indeed, Allah loves those who are just. This ayah reminds us about the compassion that we have to show. That's essential. That's a core principle in our deen. There are so many stories from our Prophet's seerah where the Prophet ﷺ, our beloved Prophet, showed us how to interact with the people who we view as against us, on the other side. They are not Muslims. Not everyone who's not a Muslim is essentially against us, who is our enemy. And we have to understand that fact. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I want to address Samir and Colin. So to Colin and Samir, my message as a Muslim who's trying to better their lives, and you guys, you had an effect on me as well as so many people at a certain point in their lives, okay? I want to mention one particular ayah in the Quran that I feel as though that it completely describes your situation. And I want to explore what this means to us as, as human beings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, إِنَّمَا مَثَلُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا كَمَاءٍ أَنزَلْنَاهُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ. The example of the life of this world is like rain that we send down from the sky, which is absorbed by the earth, bringing forth vegetation until the earth takes on its adornment and is beautified. But then our command comes by night or by day, and we reduce it to stubble, as if it had not flourished yesterday. And I just want you to think about your situations right now. And I'm not trying to take advantage of this. I'm not trying to bring you down. I don't want you to feel frustrated. I don't want you, obviously you do feel frustrated. You feel the loss. I can see it. Everyone sees it.
This doesn't feel real. Look like a movie set. Jesus, man.
This particular ayah shows us that there is a bigger perspective that we tend to ignore. Life can change in an instant. Everything we build and cherish can be taken away in a blink of an eye. And it's in these moments that we are reminded how temporary this life is. But within that reality, there is always hope. As we can see from the enormous stories of the people of Palestine. These guys, they lost everything, but their faith remained unshakable. There are so many stories that went viral, and it's a testimony of how strong their faith is and the bigger picture that they see in front of them. Yes, we lost everything, but you know what? If I lose everything in this life, if I lose my family, my wealth, it doesn't matter as long as we don't lose the hereafter. And with that in mind, I want to emphasize the point that this life isn't just about collecting and having more and building more and just investing completely in it. There is a bigger picture in here that we always are ignorant towards. It's about fulfilling our true purpose, the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one creator who, as easy as he created us, it's easy for him to take it away in an instance. Now, why is that? Why would the creator take it away from us? Why would he bring us so much suffering? That's a huge subject matter, but it's easily answered in the Quran. And I want to mention only one aspect of it. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَلَنُذِيقَنَّهُمْ مِنَ الْعَذَابِ الْأَدْنَى دون العذاب الأكبر لعلهم يرجعون. We will surely let them taste the nearer punishment, short of the greater punishment, that perhaps they will return. So whatever happens in this life has a reason. It's not just random. It is not. It definitely isn't random. Sometimes we neglect that our souls are suffering. We nourish our bodies, but we completely ignore the soul. So we can't just ignore the soul. We have to actually search for the nourishment of this soul. And as a Muslim, as someone who always feels hungry to feed their soul, I feel that the Quran is the only thing that every time I open and read, it speaks to me directly. It just gives me perspective. It gives me the full picture that I can't ignore. I want to stress the point that every difficulty, every loss, every sign comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring us back to Him, our creator. So I hope that you don't take this the wrong way. I hope that this message actually brings us closer. At the end of the day, we all share the same human experiences: joy, happiness, loss, pain, devastation, hunger towards something bigger, and we all are here to help each other. And I feel that this bigger perspective